There wasn't.
Yeah, there were three. Hey, we're live. We're not ready to go yet. We're just still doing this, friends. Yeah, Ava Gabor, Jaja. Jaja.
Who I would have said was Marquis Gabor.
Or what the What did you say? I can't hear you
I would have said she was the Marquis Gabor.
I said she was the Marquis Gabor. They're Hungarian, you know. This is how we're going to frame it. This looks pretty good. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah? I could back up a little.
We got heads.
You got heads.
Well, furniture, but I mean, the only issue is when you got to turn around to interact with me, but maybe you'll just have to interact with the audience instead.
Hi, we're early. We're not due to start. I had some problem with my phone. I was going to tell Europe about that we were doing this, but the phone. Anyway, it's almost 1700 UTC. I did manage to figure that out.
Oh, that's a good time.
Yeah.
You could you could watch us over. Although that's a little early, huh? For evening.
Let's see. It'll be, but if it's 1700, it's 5 p.m. Greenwich is UTC. In Cologne, it would be 6.
Oh, okay.
So that'd be they could tune in, even though they're having their dinner.
Get your TV trays out.
Let me just
Sit in front of the computer.
let me try this again. Now that the bongos. 1700 UTC exclamation point. Let's try that. There, it's not as clever a thing as I wanted to say, but there. I don't know if that's going to make a difference. We have, man, those bongos sound great. We've put a new skin on the, if it starts to rain, you'll get to watch something funny.
And if it doesn't start to rain, you'll just watch something stupid.
Yeah, you'll just, because, so before we start, before the titles roll and the house band begins to play, yeah, there is no studio audience today. Oddly enough, during the day, the people who make up our studio audience actually have lives.
I know.
And things they want to do. Both of them have, like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't be in the studio audience because I have a thing I have to do. Friends.
Roman.
Friends, it is probably like 72 or 73 degrees Fahrenheit here.
Mm-hmm.
What is that in centigrade? 20 something? I can never do this.
I know. I gotta do the. I don't know. I have to do the calculation.
Conversions. And as a result, we are. He's wearing a sweatshirt, a woolly sweatshirt. I'm actually wearing a corduroy jacket. We're cold because of where we live. Also, it's a lovely day for photography. It's a bald white sky. That's what they call it in business. Overcast. It may start to rain.
And it's damp.
It is
damp.
Once again,
damp,
it's
damp.
It is damp.
Damp.
It's damp.
It's so damp lately. My bath towels don't dry.
No.
I hang them up. I come back a day later because I try to shower every day, and it's still wet.
This is why he's many people's favorite drummer. It's that showering every day. That's not as normal among percussionists as among civilians. David has prepared me a cup of coffee here. I have this. We still have, according to my watch, which may be a bit slow, but it's my watch and it's our show. We have about 1 minute and 8 seconds before we actually have to start. What do you got?
I'm going to go with a minute.
Okay, 1 minute. Oh, this is a good cup of coffee. So I have black coffee. We have many delicious beverages. We have are these empty beer cans?
They're from the last time with Pulp. I put the empties in my
Oh,
bags
no,
so
no,
I can
they
come
look, they look, okay, yeah.
recycle them, and I never took them out.
Okay, and there's Christmas bells in there too.
And we brought our lunch because it's lunchtime.
That's right. We each brought a brown paper bag to have lunch. I don't know how we're going to do this. Exactly.
One play and the other eat.
We could do that, or we could just take a break and take bites. We don't know. We don't know. I personally feel that this is how all television should be. I think this is. I think they go to way too much trouble to make things happen. They write things. They point cameras at things. Yeah, sure. I think television should be more like this. That occasionally, you turn on this box, and there's some people who haven't planned. Church bells are ringing over at the Catholic Church. That means it's noon. We're on the air. We are now on the air. This is officially Bongos at 9 brown bag lunch event, which we will call Bongos at noon for once. You may hear some woofling. There's wind. There's also a crew of people working maybe a block away.
Mm-hmm.
They're beating something up. Some
Not,
building.
not us, but we're.
No, they're not beating us up, but you may hear extraneous noises.
So I think we have to explain to them why it's Bongos at noon. We didn't really plan this.
No.
We're just going to do a Bongos at 9. And when we had the publicity posters printed,
Yeah.
the printer messed it up.
You know why?
Why?
Because we had gotten one of those psychedelic artists to create our poster, like the old Fillmore posters.
Mm-hmm.
It was illegible,
Yeah.
so that when the printer tried to typeset, they could not see what that word was.
So it's not the printer's fault. We're going to
No.
use them again.
No, and we went to Aoxamoxoa Printing, which is our favorite printer. All right, should we start with a song, you think?
Yeah.
Let's start with a song. We're still under lockdown. You'll be happy to know that you'll see our lunches soon. We did all of the food has been dipped in hand sanitizer,
Mhm.
so it's safe.
Sanitize for your protection.
Nice synchronized.
We practiced that choreography
We did that
next
ahead
in
of
front
time.
of a mirror.
All right, so I have a guitar here. I have a corduroy jacket on. So, speaking of coffee, I just I went to notify anybody that cared who knows me on Facebook that we'd be doing this, and I saw that the Hay Cafe, which is run by friends of mine, Greg and D-Ray, it's on the corner of or near the corner of on Magazine, near the corner of Napoleon, right across the street from the cop shop. They have lost their lease and they're going to have to move as of the 28th of this month. So if you're in the New Orleans area, go get a cup of coffee while they're still there. They have another location, mid-city location.
And then on the 28th, show up and help them move.
Yeah. The thing about helping a coffee shop move is they make sure you're well caffeinated. You can, I'll tell you a story about helping Carol Culbertson move, but I'll tell you later.
Oh, okay.
Michael Malachar will remember this, although I have no reason to believe Michael Malachar is watching. He also has things he does.
It must be nice to have a life
I know.
and not have to do this at noon.
I was so
Not
busy.
be able to do this at noon.
I was so busy making lunch, because I made a lunch, that I neglected to think about songs. I think songs are secondary, though.
So if you didn't
To our
make,
charming
if you
pattern.
didn't make lunch, you would have thought about songs?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Just
no.
checking in.
Quick, what song you want to do?
Oh, let's do something that's a hodgepodgey thing of different variations on some common thing. Could be like, sometimes we want to go fast and sometimes we want to go slow.
So should we do Walk Don't Run,
Yes.
followed by Mr. Moisture?
Yes.
We're going to do Walk Don't Run, followed by Mr. Although it's not incredibly hot, the song, it's still damp.
Oh my.
Although Mr. Dampness is less of a good song.
Yes.
It's called The Dampening. Um, 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, begin. Who's that fella over there, sticking to a plastic chair? He ain't going anywhere. That's Mr. Moisture. Droplets stinging in his eyes, his trousers clinging to his thighs. He's a very sweaty guy. Mr. Moisture. He don't find the climate here desirable. That's because the atmosphere is often so perspirable, coated with a sticky slime. His sweat glands working overtime, pickled in his natural brine. Mr. Moisture. Mr. Moisture. Mr. Moisture. Sweat soaked paper towels lying rains about. Exile in Siberia, well, that's something that he dreams about. He can't remember being dry, looking like he's like to die. You think he's gonna liquefy? That's Mr. Moisture.
That's cool. So what do you call that kind of a song? That's a homily?
It's a homily.
A homily.
Yeah, we spoke the homily, like homily grits,
Homily grits. Yep.
which we have a song that includes homily grits in the lyric.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is. Should we see what we have for lunch?
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want me to hand you your a bag?
Yeah, could you? Yeah, oh, look, there's an incredibly, oh, I thought it was a little ant. Sometimes there are ants so small, and I know I've mentioned this before, ants so small that if they get into a nest of those larger ants, the larger ants say, hey, geez, shit, we got ants. I mean, these are some small ants sometimes. I brought a napkin. Did you bring a napkin?
No, I'm a drummer.
I have 2 napkins.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do with it?
Okay.
Hold it for you?
Yeah, just hang on to my napkin. We're gonna have to, this is gonna be hard. So I have a peanut butter sandwich on whole wheat.
Oh,
What do you have?
I got the deluxe edition.
Did you get jelly on your peanut butter
I
sandwich?
put jelly on my peanut
Oh,
butter.
pick up half of your sandwich and hold it up for the camera. Oh, it's not. It's deluxe for a couple reasons. One is that he got peanut butter and jelly. I didn't have any jelly. And the other is that this sandwich has been cut. The term is diagonally because that is what one of my daughters said when she was like 5.
This is so you know my mom loves me. She
Yep.
cuts my
When you
sandwiches
cut them
diagonally.
diagonally, she said, please cut it diagonally. She said, when it's been cut diagonally, you know, well, that's
Well,
how
do
you
want
express
do you
love.
want to trade half the sandwich?
We can't do that because we would have to douse them in
Oh, that's
and
right.
thing- and-
Disinfectant again.
disinfectant again. I'm gonna have a bite of this sandwich.
Me too. Mm.
Mm. Mm.
And I see you went the Ziploc bag route.
You know, I'm the kind of guy who, you know how people complain, they say, oh, I'm turning it to my mother, I'm turning it to my father. They say that. I'm turning it to my grandma. I'm turning it to Oma. I wash plastic bags and then I save them in the drawer for next time I need a plastic bag.
You're turning into my wife.
And they become strange and cloudy after a while. I have some carrot sticks. I know. They're in a Ziploc bag. And I have a Pink Lady apple.
I went lowbrow.
What'd you bring? You brought Lowenbrow? Or you have Doritos?
And
Yeah.
the piece de resistance.
Uh-huh.
What is it? You know what it is?
Is it goldfish?
No.
Is it a cookie? Is it a brownie?
Mhm.
I don't know, man. Oh! Dave is actually from New York State. As a result, the products of the New England Confectionery Company, specifically the Necco wafers, form an important part of his childhood memories. And so, for a while, you couldn't get Necco wafers because the New England Confectionery Company went out of business. But then that company in somewhere in Illinois,
I don't know who was it. What's it?
yeah, company in Illinois, the same people who make,
Spangler Candy Company,
they make circus peanuts.
Bryan, Ohio.
Ohio, that's not Illinois at all. Sorry, Ohio.
Aren't they all sort of the same thing? It's like all those New England states, you know. I mean, they say there's 6 of them, but there's
Right.
really only one.
Vermont.
Yeah.
By the way, I was. Would you care for? I'm going to open a beverage. David gave me a beverage, and I'll tell you about it in a minute. But first, we have. I brought 2 LaCroix fizzy waters. One is a sparkling hibiscus, which is the flavor of hibiscus flower, or when it's very sweet, it's called Jamaica. And then I've had this at Christmas. It's a traditional Christmas drink in Jamaica where they take the hibiscus flower and they make a sweet tea out of it. Very much like Red Zinger, but there's a little bit of rum in there too. It's delicious. And if you don't drink, it's also like you go, man, that's delicious. And woo, oh, hee hee. You say, so you can have your choice between hibiscus or pamplemousse, which is the French word for a grapefruit.
I believe I'm going with the hibiscus. Is that all right with you?
Yes. Yes. I have this suspicion that even not many people watch this anyway.
Uh-huh.
That this is we're gonna set some kind of record. And I don't care. This is a pleasant way to eat lunch, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me tell you about the other thing, and then maybe I'll take another bite, and then maybe we'll do another song.
Okay.
We may be able to synchronize this so that. Did you actually eat half your sandwich already?
Yeah, I did. I wasn't talking. I wasn't doing the narration.
I
was
should
doing
shut
the
up more
chewing.
often.
This is teamwork. So Dave talks, I eat. You know, delegation.
Oh, this has incredibly great copy, which I'll reach in a moment after I have a bite. Okay. And the other thing is, ladies and gentlemen, friends, television wife, if you're ever going to do a television appearance where you eat lunch and be on television at the same time, maybe not
Oh,
peanut
not peanut
butter.
butter.
Because this is tough. So here's what Dave got me. This is a bottle of water, and you can't really, maybe you can even see it a little bit. It says liquid death, which does not really, and there's a really scary skull on it. And underneath it says mountain water, murder your thirst. And then the very lowest thing it says is underneath, it says drinking water from the Austrian Alps. Austrian Alps. Wasser von Österreich.
It's imported.
It's imported from the Austrian Alps. This frosty can of pristine Austrian mountain water won't just refresh your body, it will murder your thirst. And there's, I'll read this later because it's better than any song out. There's a copy. This is Seen Gosh as well.
Oh, maybe I'm being prejudicial, but it did occur to me that maybe an Austrian product maybe shouldn't be called Liquid Death.
This is the water they serve at camp, though. Millions of people loved it. Oh, Christ, I'm sorry.
It's a good thing no one's watching.
This is water. This is not fizzy. It's not flavored. And it is neither better nor worse than water. It's okay water. It's somewhat limestoney water, like you might taste if you were in West Virginia and had a pump.
Maybe that's why it made its way all the way here. Nobody else would drink it.
As opposed to house water. I'm not sure the Austrians drink water. Don't they drink beer there and wine?
They're good people.
They're fine people, the Austrians. Most of the time. My grandfather was born in Austria.
Oh.
Yeah, isn't that funny? Because my dad was born about 8 feet away. A few years later,
Mm-hmm.
he was born in Italy. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and then we went back to visit their hometown, the town that they both came from.
Mm-hmm.
It was in Slovenia.
Why they go to the trouble to move a whole town?
Well, see, this is one of the great. Well, see, this is what they're. If you were lucky enough to be a peasant in certain parts of the world during certain parts of history, you can travel from country to country without the inconvenience of actually going anywhere. You just wait, and someone will conquer your ass. I have a little peanut butter yet in here.
Do you want some Liquid Death?
No, the Liquid Death is very good. And I have coffee. I have everything. You know, it occurs to me that the way that the show we're doing right now,
Mm-hmm.
David,
You would call this the show.
I'm calling this our show. And here's the thing. It's gone beyond just sort of offhand, tossing the thing out,
Right.
to where I think we may actually be performing some sort of transgressive performance art. You know, like who's the John Cage? 4 minutes and 22 seconds of absolute silence, and it's called 4 minutes and 22 seconds. This is so without content and entertainment value that it may be
It's
brilliant.
kind of like when we actually play.
Yeah. It's not any worse, is it?
No.
No. Except no bongos. Those bongos, he has a new head. He had to put a new head on this side of the bongo. Well, at first it was this one. It was not that many months ago.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
right. That one.
It wore out, and then this one suddenly wore out, and he went and he got a new head for that side. They're real calfskin, and they sound great. They're plastic-headed bongos. I don't think they sound as good.
They're for plastic party people.
Oh, harsh. It's harsh.
You see?
I can't remember what key I play a certain song in, which is embarrassing.
Let's try them all.
Yeah. Remember Shame on Me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can't remember in C or G. Well, I'm going to start it in one, and then if I have to stop, that'll be okay. It's sort of like we haven't played that as often, so it might be good.
That's
Kind of a
great
country
idea.
joke. As I walk along the riverside. I feel the pebbles roll beneath my shoes. The highway's high, but I'm cold inside. I kick an empty bottle, but not these empty blues. I remember what my granddad said as I sat on his knee. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Shame on me for trusting you again. Shame on me for believing we could even still be friends. Shame on me thinking you'd be true. Shame on me for falling back in love with you. Look what I've got. This world is unkind. All I got's 2 cigarettes, $1 and a comb. But there's a spot back of my mind. No, my clothes are damn. And it's a long, long home. Those of you at home who's reading along, shame on me. That's not the actual lyric. Trusting you again. Shame on me for believing we could even still be friends. Shame on me thinking you'd be true. Shame on me falling back in love with you. Watch my feet, they're good at leaving. All I got's 2 cigarettes, $1. I can't believe I'm still believing. You broke my heart, my clock won't stop. And it's a long, long shame on me trusting you again. Shame on me for believing we could even still be friends. Shame on me thinking you'd be true. Shame on me falling back in love with you. Shame on me falling back in love with you. Those of you attempting to transcribe the lyric in order to cover that tune will be disappointed. You'll have to find another version. Wait till we do it again. Want another bite of sandwich before we continue?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm all about the sandwich.
Yeah, no. We have very similar sandwiches. What kind of jelly did you use?
Blackberry.
Oh, man.
Sorry. You asked.
Well. So, I forgot what the other thing I was going to relate to. Would you like a carrot stick? Or would it fill you with... I mean, I probably don't have...
I love a carrot stick.
Yeah, cool.
That would be awesome.
Carrot sticks are good.
Yeah.
Hold on.
They're good palate cleansing to get the peanut butter out of your mouth, too.
That's it. Here. Anybody who would happen to watch, if you would like to at some point create something like this, you could let me know, and I might or might not, want to sit through it. It's certainly better than, for instance, the A-Team.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That wasn't very good.
Well, did have Mr. T.
It did. I had George Peppard, who I always liked. Our proprietary thirst murdering process begins with liquid death forming a rope of veins that will wrap around your thirst's head and strangle it. Once liquid death reaches your thirst's brain, all of your thirst's memories will be replaced with repeating loops of its own head imploding, which is exactly what happens next by causing your thirst's head to implode and its brains to squirt out of its ears.
You know what that reminds me of? The instruction manuals for the electronics that have been translated from the original language, presumably Japanese.
Yes. There you go.
Make it.
And the two speakers, the
Right.
stereo speakers. We both somehow became aware of the instructions for somebody's stereo, where it said that when you set up the speakers, you had to, when you set up two stereo speakers, make sure that they were equidistant from one another.
Hope they didn't spend a lot of time on that.
You don't want one of them to be more equidistant than the other one either.
No.
Your left speaker is much more equidistant than your right.
Then they'll be out of phase.
That's why you're here.
and-
Exactly. You have phase
No,
brothers.
that's-
Man, that was a good bite of sandwich. And a good quote from
you haven't done
a lot of
that?
my songs are about my gal left me.
Reflection of your life, huh?
Actually, no. It's just, I think a lot of really good country songs are about, my gal left me.
Do we need a waltz?
Yes. This is my gal left me again.
Still? So she must come back at some point if she keeps leaving you over and over.
Yeah, just one after another.
Okay.
Friend of a band leader that Ben Rosser used to play with once walked in and looked pissed off at rehearsal. Ben said, "What's wrong?" He said, "All my girlfriends are cheating on me."
So sad.
That's terrible.
Huh.
1, 2, 3, go. Well, I hear your new man has a little gray ponytail, a big cowboy hat, and a new SUV. I assume that he is a realtor or dentist with a whole lot more money than me. I would not be surprised if he had in a harbor to ride on the weekend in black leather vest. See, them are the types that take other men's women from the one that has loved you best. You know what I like? A Tasty Freeze franchise. A Tasty Freeze franchise would suit me just fine. 'Cause then I could have soft serve whenever I wanted, and you come home and be mine. Now I know I screwed up when I bought that four-wheeler. We had been saving up for a widescreen TV. John Fitzgerald and Chris G and me both had it, so the only one left out me. You know what I'd like? A Tasty Freeze franchise. A Tasty Freeze franchise would suit me just fine. 'Cause then I could have soft serve whenever I wanted. You would come home and be mine. You know, cowboy boots really ain't much good for walking. And a New Holland feet cap won't help a guy score. I have swapped out the porch lights for compact fluorescent, which dates the storm, doesn't it? But you still don't love me no more. Darling, I have been barred from the family dollar. I bumped into a shelf and I busted a couple. When a man gets to where he can't go to the strip mall, he can't go much no place but up. You know what I'd like? Tasty Freeze franchise. Tasty Freeze franchise would suit me just fine. Then I could have soft serve whenever I want, and you would come home and be mine. You know what I'd like is a Tasty Freeze franchise. A Tasty Freeze franchise would suit me just fine. 'Cause then I could have soft serve whenever I want, and you would come home and be mine. Yeah. That's a Tasty Freeze franchise song, which is also actually called Little Great Ponytail. Second paragraph.
It will.
Once your thirst has been murdered, the soul of your thirst will begin to escape and float towards the ceiling. At this point, drink a second sip of liquid death to rip its soul back down and force it to begin gluing its own body parts together so it can crawl back inside you and eventually grow into a fully formed thirst once again. Somebody got paid.
Right.
And I'm going to repeat this. It's 500 milliliters. It's half a liter of water. So it's metric water. It comes from the Austrian Alps, possibly from somebody's faucet in the Austrian Alps, but yet
Could be.
drinking water. It says drinking water from the Austrian Alps. Which is also what I'm doing, drinking water from the Austrian Alps. An oddity of the English language. The gerund, ladies and gentlemen. The gerund. And they also say it's a frosty can, which they can't guarantee. You know, if you served it tepid.
I don't know if there's any frosty cans around here.
It's a bottle at the source in Frankenmarkt, Austria, bottled for liquid death by Starsinger. Bahnhofstrasse 1, Frankenmarkt, Austria, made in Austria. Thank you for this bottle of water.
You're welcome. I knew you would appreciate it more than anyone.
How's the flavored fizzy water by Hibiscus?
It's good. Hibiscus is excellent.
Good.
It actually tastes better than Red Zinger.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're recommending the hibiscus flavored fizzy water. We just do another song, I think. We've wasted about a half hour of these people's times.
Ours too.
What were you doing? Yeah, I had nothing.
I have to apologize for dressing down today.
You look good.
I have my SPCA sweatshirt on because we were out returning cats this morning. We trapped them Monday night, took them into the SPCA, got them fixed, and took them back to their colony this morning. And that we had 2 kittens, 2 pounds. Each of them was 2 pounds, and they were frisky little buggers. They were happy to get back.
Yeah, they live in a gang.
Right. It's a big gang too.
So
There's probably about 20 in this gang.
What David and Joyce, along with other people, do is they go out and they trap cats. They catch cats in cages, feral cats, and they take them and have them neutered or spayed, depending. I mean, it's a funny differentiate because a female cat is being neutered as well.
Right.
But they use a different term. And of course, spaying is more invasive surgery because of the internal placement of the gonads in female mammals. Then they clip a little bit off the tip of one ear so that this cat has been fixed. And then they let them heal. Oh, and they give them shots, right? And they healthify them?
A little bit.
And then they take them back to be wild cats, but they're now wild cats that are no longer going to reproduce, which you would think would eventually reduce the population of feral cats.
Apparently, we're not doing our job well enough.
They're doing it a lot though, and it's one of those. It's such a good idea. Do you have vets who do it extra cheap? They cut you a deal.
Most of them we take to the SPCA, although there is a vet just off Magazine on Bordeaux, I think. Antoine Sachs that we go to, and he does our ferals pretty cheap.
Good for him. Antoine Sachs.
Third, actually.
What?
Antoine Sachs the third, DVM.
Antoine Sachs the Third, DVM, which, by the way, is a new show coming up on CBS this fall that you could watch instead of this. Antoine Sachs the Third, DVM. Dun, dun.
We're hoping they're hired for the theme music.
We're going to write the theme music, yeah. After we change our name to Lalo Schifrin. One of the great names of all time.
And who clearly would hire the drummer Earl Palmer to do the...
Lalo would, because he did.
Because he did.
Yep, he's on all of them. I know there was more to talk about. We better do a couple more songs and then finish our sandwiches.
Okay.
When I went on YouTube, I went on Facebook to tell the Facebook people that we were going to be on YouTube. And while I was there, I heard from Milwaukee people, probably Dick Arnold. And this means nothing to you. The Up and Under Pub on Brady Street is going to close. After this incredibly long time, the Up and Under Pub had two great things going for it. One, it was a rugby-themed pub, and local rugby guys hung out there. And the other is that it was one of the great blues bars. It just everybody played there, and it was a great place to go.
Rugby and blues.
Rugby and blues
Well-known
went together.
combination.
It was a good combination, actually. The Up and Under. Sorry to see that go. Okay. I have, I just had a thing happen to me. I looked at this list, and I couldn't remember why I was looking at this piece of paper.
Oh, wow.
This is pitiful. This is just pitiful.
This is the old band.
This is just an old guy band. You want to do ba-da-ba-dum bump? We haven't done that for a couple weeks, have we?
Can't remember. We might not have played last week.
That's right. You say you love me, talk's cheap. You say you dream about me in your sleep, but I see no indication this obsession persists through the day. Put up or shut up, that's what I say. You say you're hot and sweaty, you can't think straight. That could be a virus or something you ate. You say you love me really bad, I've already been loved that way. Put up or shut up, that's what I say. Okay, I'm cute, okay, I'm fine, okay, we agree about the bottom line. You don't know what move to make, well, give me some sugar, give me a break. How long has this been going on? Time, money, you've been overdrawn. The clock is ticking and it's time for you to make your play. Put up or shut up, that's what I say. Okay, I'm cute, okay, I'm fine, okay, some sugar, give me a break. How long is this a be going on? Time and money you be overdrawn. The clock is ticking and it's time for you to make your play. Put up or shut up, that's what I say. Put up or shut up, that's what I say. Put up or shut up, that's what I say.
The studio
Come on,
audience
come over
has
here.
arrived.
Come on over here. Find a place to sit, although we have all the chairs.
That's right.
I don't care if you walk in front of the camera.
Steps. They're awesome steps.
We got-
I see them all
We
the
have
time.
we have three members of the studio audience now, Molly and Kate and Joe Wantock, all the way from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, which is, Joe, I just found out on Facebook, the Up and Under is closing.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, the Up and Under was there. I think it was open when I first showed up in Milwaukee, and that would be like 1974,
Yeah, it's been around before I was even born.
which was,
so-
I
you know,
can't
you-
remember where it was. Where was it?
on Brady Street.
Oh, Brady up and under.
Does the studio audience need some white
had-
wine?
The Up
Oh,
and
God,
Under
no.
No.
Oh, but God.
They brought lunch. They stopped where and got themselves some lunch. We're probably not going to go for more than another 10, 15 minutes. I don't know if anybody's watching either, is the other thing.
Well, I didn't really check. I was watching you guys.
We're fab.
Yeah, I was watching on my phone before.
Really?
Because Molly said she's coming. And
We both have peanut butter sandwiches. His has blackberry jam. I just have peanut butter. I don't dare buy jam. Do you know Joe? You know Joe, right?
They got
I'm
many-
so glad
you
you're
guys
here,
have
Joe.
many haircuts.
Yeah,
I have this thing has happened. I have you can't tell because the top of it is the same haircut as Joe and you see, I wear the same haircut they do on top, but then during this lockdown thing, I've just decided I'm not, and also because I'm old enough to do it, I can start working on full geezer. So I'm just gonna have this big, like
Easy.
fluffy, flyaway old guy hair.
Wow. He's doing a pandemic grow-out thing.
It's a pandemic grow out. Katie just called it. Wait, let me get a bite
Yeah,
of
it's
peanut
not
butter
like.
before I sing. I think you can eat some more of your sandwich if you want.
yeah.
I just told David he was allowed to eat part of his sandwich at his own house, and he's not throwing me out. It's like,
Yay.
thanks for permission, Dave.
I'm not
The-
throwing you up because you brought the hibiscus.
I'm back. Now the coffee is.
Go there and remind them about it.
I'm drinking the coffee. I have the Austrian water. Got
The
the other thing.
Austrian death water, right?
Yeah,
I heard the whole thing about that. That was great.
it's ridiculous. These
But I
guys,
see that you actually have a brown bag and an apple, so.
we both have brown bags.
Sorry.
What's the opposite of the Emmys, where you have a television show so bad that they actually have to mention it?
The enemies.
The Enemy. I think we could win one of those.
You win the enema?
We could win the Enema. I don't know if you can go home and watch this later on, after my nap. I think it's going to be one of the most spectacular things you've ever seen on a screen. Let's do a couple more.
Okay.
I mean, because I feel kind of bad about. Well, I didn't actually demand anyone's attention, did I?
Oh, you
We just
didn't?
thought we would do this, and we were
Put it
gonna.
up?
Were you gonna eat lunch anyway?
Yeah, probably. But probably not necessarily at
Not right
noon.
Yeah, it's a funny thing to do.
Mhm.
That came out good. That was fun. That song. Well, okay, so let's what we're gonna do is we're gonna ramp up the whole energy level here by doing 2 or 3 songs in a row and then closing it out.
Okay.
That's what we're gonna do. Okay. They're eating food that you need chopsticks for, by the way, which does not include the classic peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Oh, they're having some sort of Thai noodles or something. I think there's. Are you having pad Thai?
I think there might be enough for us.
Suka.
No, these guys, Joe and Molly, who are cousins, whenever they go out and buy food,
Yeah.
the two of them, they buy enough food for about 6 people. I think something just happens to them. The synergy of the two of them
That's the thing.
makes them just say, you know, it's just 2 dinners. There's not enough. We better get 9 dinners.
Well,
Both of us have the where you're real hungry and then you get too much, but then it's like an amplification process where it's additive, like multiple.
What was the word I used the other day? Hysteresis.
Oh.
Huh? That's
New word.
hysteresis, isn't it?
so
When you get
they're going to have a hysterectomy after they eat?
yes. Why is it called hysteresis?
I don't know why it's called that.
I mean, hysteria is called hysteria because supposedly it happens to women.
Mhm.
It's one of those sexist things built into the language. The guy who made that up was a real dick. There we go. Pleased with that.
We have balanced this way.
See what I did? Yeah, exactly. All right. So,
2 or 3 songs.
yeah,
Building.
yeah. I don't feel like doing boat tail because I don't know where the kazoo is.
Okay. Well, then we can't do
I can't do
it.
it.
We just can't.
It put up. Oh, let's do F hole.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Is that a bongo song? Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It's
I
better
think
with
so.
bongos. I don't have to count, do I? Yes.
Yes.
When I count it, does it help at all?
Is this the one you always count wrong? So no, it doesn't help.
Why is it that I can't do that?
No,
Look,
think-
wait,
I
I'm gonna
think you
check
count
something
this
now.
right.
I
think
need
you
to
count
know
this
this.
right.
I need to check this. This has nothing to do with you. You can go.
I think you count this correctly.
I've been playing bass with you while you play drums now for a long time.
Long time.
I was assumed I had fairly good time. But apparently I can't count.
Oh, there's that. They're 2 different things.
I can't count a song in. I'm no good at that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Well, if the first guitar was an F-hole silver tone, bought it at the Sears about a mile from my home. Sitting in the bedroom, banging on a G chord. Everybody said, "What you wanna do that for?" My little brother had a banjo. We sit up all night, laughing like fools. If we got something right, it took about 2 hours to tune my guitar. About 2 minutes to play the whole repertoire. Daddy didn't make my first guitar from an old cigar box and pale noir. I go home and pick a cat from an aspen jar. Oh, pick a cat from an aspen jar. Well, somehow I got into a country band. All the beer we could drink was $7 a man. I played a 20 little short scale bass from Sweden. Drank a lot of beer just trying to break even. Daddy didn't make my first guitar, and I never got lucky inside the sidebar. I have only picked a cat from an aspen jar. 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 Damn. Well, this guy from Texas had a big blonde cake. I gave him $300 and I carried it away. I spent the next 5 years in a red Dodge van, slapping that K. I shook Bill my have only Pitcairn from my aspirin jar. 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 From my torn up fingers to my worn out back, I feel like I've been hauling around a 11-foot sack. But I've seen more fights than a 5th grade teacher. I've been to more weddings than a morning preacher. Daddy didn't make my first guitar. I'll never see the big time, never be a big star. I have only pick a cannon from my aspirin jar. 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 Up in the bedroom, banging on a G chord. Everybody says, what you wanna do? That chord. Thank you. Thank you. Live audience. Live drummer.
Live singer, guitar player,
Yeah, live singer, guitar player.
songwriter.
Singer, songwriter, guitar player. I think I'm not gonna tune it. It's only 2 more songs. No,
Yeah.
come on, come on. It's consonants and harmony.
Okay.
Well, she said that she lived on the corner of Constance and Harmony. I said, ain't that poetic? She said, boy, it ain't an analogy. More than a mere metaphor, it's a matter of simple economy. 'Cause you can't beat the rent and it's close to the places I wanna be. She said, give me a lift to the corner of Constance and Harmony. I said, let's take a spin on my Schwinn. Come on, baby, hang on to me. As we steer by the stars, you'll admire my command of astronomy. Navigating the channel, a master of urban geography. Well, she boiled up some grits and she said, won't you join me in harmony? I said, maybe it tastes, but I got to maintain my autonomy. She said, make up your mind, you can't have just the bits that you want of me. And I thought, why should I wonder when what I want's right in front of me? So I thought for a while, how do I reconcile this dichotomy? I'd be taking the air now if I didn't care what she thought of me. It's too late if I leave to retrieve what she's already got of me. So I see no way out without saying so long to a lot of me. Now we live in a house on the corner of Constance and Harmony. And you say, ain't that poetic, but mister, it ain't an analogy. More than mere metaphor, it's a matter of simple economy. 'Cause you can't beat the rent, then it's close to the places I wanna be. you. Thank you. Constance and Harmony.
So I have noticed it is starting, or it did start to sprinkle.
It almost started to sprinkle. Yeah.
But it may have stopped.
Should we stop now, or should we try to get through Too Cool to Dance?
I think we could try. It feels like yeah.
It's
So the computer is what I'm worried about,
oh yeah, the computer could get wet,
and
the guitar.
yeah.
What did you just say?
I said Freebird.
Okay, that's it.
Somebody's just asked for any song by Stan Freberg, and those are very funny. All those old comedy routines by him. Unfortunately, we don't know any Freberg, but we'll try to learn some next time.
Next time.
Yeah,
Next time.
and I've noticed people a lot. You know, you think all the kids they won't remember that
You remember?
the comedy routines of the comedy stylings of Stan Freberg. Freberg. Want to try it, or should we just knock it off? There's a cool breeze coming in.
It's not my computer,
No.
so I think you should be the one. To
Yes.
call.
Look at me in my leather coat, tiny little shades, skinny little coat, shiny little shoes, skinny little pants. I just burped. What do you know? Too cool to dance, too cool to dance. I'm too cool to dance. But I look so good in my mohair suit. They had to study me at an institute. When they did research that was so advanced. The results came back too cool to dance, too cool to dance. I'm too cool to dance, too cool to dance. She wore platform shoes. She could barely walk. The way she snapped her gum, she could make it talk. She gave me a look, just a sidelong glance. And I knew that chick was too cool to dance, too cool to dance. She's too cool to dance, too cool to dance. Too cool to dance. Well, I'm too cool. She's too cool. We're too cool to dance. I'm too cool. She's too cool. We're too cool to dance. I'm too cool. She's too cool. We're too cool to dance. I'm too cool. Too cool. My baby too cool to dance. Look at me in my leather coat, tiny little shades, and a skinny little goat, shiny shoes, skinny little pants. Wouldn't you know I'm too cool to dance, too cool to dance. I'm too cool to dance, too cool to dance. Too cool to dance, too cool to dance, too cool to dance. actual lunchtime audience, actually almost finished our lunches. I don't know why you would. Thank you so much for your.
Bongos at noon.
It was fun. Thank you so much for your.